In the beginning, it was all nothing. Nothing but just ideas flowing through one's mind. Then suddenly, a universe comes into life. Minecraft Knockout Entertainment. The first ever series was a wrestling channel owned by SkyCavs, where multiple people came in and tried to fight others to make it to the top of the world. They fought to be champion. They fought to make a statement. Multiple names came out of this project, such as Snaggy, the Witch Bitch, and several others. Eventually, after this project ended, the next was The Reckoning. This project was a lot more different than MKE, as it was the first ever voice acting project. This project began with Robert Thompson, Professor Robert Thompson, more like. He was explaining about his new discovery with his scientist Richard Oliveras. He explained that he found a new world, and that this new world can have so many possibilities. It was in a new portal, and it could give so many new opportunities to medicine and just amazing discoveries that can change the world forever. He opens up the portal, and as he explains more about this universe, or this world more like, a mysterious figure walks through the portal. Robert Thompson turns around and sees that this mysterious figure is staring right at him. After a minute, the mysterious figure kills Professor Robert Thompson. The scientist Richard is able to escape and go somewhere unknown, but the mysterious figure kills everyone else in the laboratory. Moving onwards, Maya Kelly and Damian Williams are talking about graduation and how Dustin Lewis screwed over Maya Kelly and embarrassed her. Damian doesn't want to forgive Dustin ever, but Maya feels a little bit of regret for being mad at him. Eventually, someone else knocks at the door. They think it's just someone random. They open the door, and a monster comes through, attacking both the two. Maya is stunned, but someone comes in to save the day, killing the monster. It is revealed that it is Dustin Lewis. The three venture on, trying to find out where to go to survive this apocalypse. Dustin explains to Damien and Maya that he doesn't know what's going on either, but decided to help them because he saw that they were in trouble. Damien, still mad at Dustin for what happened in graduation, said that he didn't need the help, but Maya eventually stops both of them from arguing and forgives Dustin for what happened at graduation, as he explains that it was a dare by his friends and he was forced to do it. Eventually, they come across a cabin where they are locked inside by monsters banging against the door. But eventually, the zombies are all killed, and a new person walks in the door and is revealed to be the scientist all the way from the beginning, Richard Oliveras. He explains that the lab that he worked at was experimenting on a new world, but the plan went sideways with a monster killing his professor. He explains that the whole apocalypse comes from that mysterious figure and from the other world. Maya, curious to what happened, wants to go back to the laboratory to stop this mess. Damien, very against it at first, eventually agrees after Dustin agrees to go with them. They go into the laboratory, and they are greeted by the leader, the name of the mysterious figure behind all of it. But it is revealed that Maya Kelly is actually the adopted daughter of the leader. She makes a plan to everybody and locks herself inside of the Nether with the leader, saving the regular world and keeping the leader from going back into Earth. This, however, has Maya Kelly going missing. In the last scene of Season 1, it is revealed that there is a portal outside of Maya's house. In Season 2, there is a reveal of what actually happened after Maya left and went with the leader inside of the Nether. It is revealed that Richard Oliveras was arrested by police officer Chris Erickson, and Dustin and Damien got away with the help of a new friend, Jake Devon, as he helps them get away, not knowing of how they got there. Months later, they both became friends, and Jake Devon helped Damien go one last time to Maya's house to pay respects to her being gone. However, Damien sees flashes of numbers come across his face and his eyes, and Jake Devon tells him to translate them to words. It translates to "I am alive." Eventually, Damien asks Jake Devon that they need to go tell Dustin. Dustin, at first, tries to talk some sense into the two, but they eventually agree to go break out Richard, who might know what's going on. Eventually, with the help of Jake, distract Officer Erickson and break Richard out of the prison. They look behind the walls of Maya's house, seeing another portal that was revealed in Season 1. They enter the Nether, seeing all of what's behind the other world. Eventually, they find Maya locked in a prison cell, and she is shocked to see Jake Devon there. He pulls out a bow and tells all of them that they're not going anywhere. The leader comes in, and it is revealed that Niall is the adopted son of the leader. Long ago, the leader told both Maya, whose nether name was Ares, and Jake, whose nether name was Niall, that one day they would both rule over the Nether together, and they would do whatever it takes to keep this world good. Eventually, barbarians came through to the Nether and tried to attack the three. The leader told the two to go into the Earth world and that he would come back to them. Eventually, the two split apart and went their separate ways in the Earth world. The leader shamed Maya for closing him out and not letting his brother come back in. This reveal also explains why Niall was at the explosion. He heard about the zombie apocalypse and took his chance to go back home with the leader. The heroes escape from the leader and Niall, but Niall goes after them. Niall tries to get a one-on-one fight on a platform against one of them, or he will kill all of them. Dustin agrees, and Dustin kills Niall, knocking him into the lava. The group goes back into the real world, finally escaping the Nether with Maya. But Officer Erickson stops them. It is revealed that in Season 3, there is actually another person who is up to the case of stopping them. Donald Tonian, who is the co-boss originally of Richard Oliveras. Well, the co-boss of Rob Thompson, actually. He was the boss of Richard Oliveras. Over some time, Donald and Robert had a lot of disagreements and eventually split apart over a case involving Donnie Leverado, who was murdered inside the Nether. Donald later became a police officer and went on the case of the whole zombie apocalypse because he knew the actual truth of what happened. Another police officer that worked there, Addison Croft, is abused by Donald several times and is revealed in Season 3 when he has the group locked up and shows lots of physical and vocal threats towards Addison. Eventually, he reveals to the group that he wants them to go back into the Nether and kill whatever is behind this zombie apocalypse mess, which would be the leader. Dustin finds a chicken named Henry and takes it with them on their journey. It is also revealed that one time the scientists took plants into the Nether and placed them on the ground, and it is revealed that it actually hurt the Nether ground. They find the leader, and the leader is angry at them, angry at Maya more specifically, for killing his son, for leaving him after all he's done for Maya, and he reveals that he wasn't the actual father and took them when they were kids. The leader slaughters Henry, and the place blows up. The leader reveals that he can fly, and the group runs away, going back into the regular world, where Donald was very angry that they came back. Addison attempts to let them out, but Donald made a new plan, revealing that he sent a bunch of cops and agents, including Officer Erickson, into the Nether to kill the leader themselves. That plan goes very unsuccessfully, but Officer Erickson survives, hiding in the Nether. The leader makes his way to the real world, exploding the prison, leading into the final season of The Reckoning. In the beginning of the final season, it is revealed that the leader's real name was Jake Devon, used by Niall when he went to the real world as a tribute. He had a deformed face as a child, and eventually was abandoned by his parents. He found the Nether and harnessed his powers. Fast forward to the present day. The leader is searching for all of them, and Damien makes a plan to sacrifice himself to save all of them and have them run away in the Nether. They are chasing after Donald, who went in there before them, as he also has a burnt face and crown. But as they're running after Donald, Officer Chris Erickson stops them. But Addison tells them that they are the good guys, as they have worked together a couple times. Eventually, they find Donald with the help of Chris Erickson and lock him inside a prison. Officer Erickson watches over them, and the group devises a plan to stop the leader. Richard will watch over, and Dustin will make a moss farm. It turns out that during the story, Dustin actually had an addiction to moss because of him being tortured to eat it. He will use the moss as it hurts the ground with plants to attract the leader towards them, and Maya and Addison will kill the leader. The plan goes okay, but as soon as the leader is about to arrive, Donald forces Erickson to let him out by giving a bunch of threats talking about his past being abandoned by his parents. Donald runs away, getting attracted by Addison, who runs after him. The leader decides to go after Richard, and Richard buys time for the group by sacrificing himself, exploding the upper area of the Nether. Maya witnesses this happen and goes after the leader. Dustin has to fight off a bunch of zombies and finally stand up for himself. Addison finally takes down the one who abused her several times by knocking him into a pit. And Maya has one final battle with the leader, eventually killing him. All the zombies perish, and they have finally ended the war. Chris Erickson and Addison get Donald Tonian locked up. Dustin has a new moss farm, and Maya goes one last time to visit Damien's grave. In the next project, Minecraft the Movie, Brayden is a regular kid trying to impress his crush when he is suddenly teleported into Minecraft. Brayden, greeted by Alex, who is the Minecraft adaptation of Addison, the girl he had a crush on. She explains that in this world, they are controlled by the players, which used to be him, but somehow he is teleported into their world. As they try to figure out what's going on, they are also chased by a random person named Herobrine. They try to figure out what's going on by going to a friend named Abby the scientist, and she explains that Herobrine is a curse. He wants to take the body of someone to finally become real. But she supposes that the curse can finally be broken if they go into the end and kill the Ender Dragon, and it will delete Herobrine. They go to visit Emily the miner, who knows how to get to the end. Emily devises a plan to go down in the Nether while they're being chased by Herobrine, who says, "I'm going to get you, Brayden." Brayden and Addison develop a relationship almost through this whole journey. And he wants to stay, as well as Alex, but he knows he has to get home. Eventually, after fighting Herobrine off a couple times, who explains that he wants to finally be real and be a real person, and that's what he deserves. Eventually, he realizes that what he did was wrong, by realizing he wasn't going to take the body of a random person who just wanted to live their life. He helps them defeat the Ender Dragon, and he disappears. They go back into the real world, where Addison tells him that he was worried about Brayden, which makes him smile. In the post-credit scene, back in the Reckoning universe, Dustin is talking to his new pet chicken, Nugget, when suddenly he sees an end crystal behind him. They turn to Nugget, turn back. Dustin is gone. In Toasted Boy and the Monsterverse of Madness, it is found that Dustin's chicken Nugget was taken into police custody until Dustin Lewis, who was gone missing, is found. It is revealed that the reason for Dustin's teleport was because of Herobrine. After Herobrine's deletion from the Minecraft universe, he teleported somehow to Dustin's and they interacted with it, causing a multiversal teleportation. Along with that, in a different video, Skycavs, the owner of MKE, also was teleported and went on his own multiverse journey, eventually getting caught by a mysterious figure. In Toasted Boy and the Monsterverse of Madness, Dustin goes through several universes, getting greeted by regular Herobrine, a more advanced Herobrine, the Witch Bitch, a moss pit with Toasty on it, Damian Williams, who is Super Saiyan, a friendly stranger who is concerned about Toasty, and a man named the One Who Watches. He watches over the multiverse, and he thinks that Dustin Lewis was Evil Toasty, a multiversal killer who is a different version of Dustin Lewis. Dustin, obviously, is not that person, and the One Who Watches made a mistake, as the Evil Toasty comes into the One Who Watches base, killing the One Who Watches after he sacrifices himself to Dustin, as Dustin gets away into a new universe. The cause of the One Who Watches' destruction caused a very big mess in the multiverse. In the post-credits scene, Dustin is greeted by Tomboy, a variation of Maya Kelly, who tells him that she has a team, and they are trying to figure out how to stop the multiversal mess. In What If, there are several episodes of what if events in MKE happened differently. Those episodes are: what if Addison Croft had Maya's powers? What if Abby the scientist was a superhero? What if Herobrine was good? What if Robert Thompson survived? What if Richard Oliveras was a robot? And what if the leader was good? And what if Addison Croft had powers? It is revealed that instead of Maya being taken in by the leader, it was Addison, who was also abandoned as a child and was taken in by the leader. A similar storyline played out, with Niall also existing in that universe. Eventually, Addison Croft and Niall turn over the leader, killing him, revealing Addison's true powers, being able to take down the abusive leader. Abby is also revealed to be an intelligent superhero, taking down criminals. Herobrine is on a ship, and he helps the ship by stopping them from going into an iceberg. It reveals that his new name is Diamond. Robert Thompson, in a different universe, survives the leader from killing him, and Richard is killed instead. Robert eventually somehow multiversal teleports to the Reckoning universe, where he digs up the body of Richard and makes him into a robot, planning to get revenge on the leader. They destroy the town of the Reckoning universe, attempting to find the leader. In the last episode, it is revealed that the leader is good after he goes to the Nether one day, being adopted by a mother named Wolf, who makes him a better person. He is very socially anxious, but she helps him a lot. Eventually, he is visited by Dustin Lewis, who tells him they've been scouting for heroes to stop the multiversal mess. He is hesitant to join at first, but Wolf the mother insists that he goes. He joins the team and heads up the spaceship, going on a journey of the unknown. Lastly, an associate of the One Who Watches attempts to reach the One Who Watches, but he is unable to. All these storylines will culminate in Heroes of the SkyVerse.